I'm here, Ernesto Garrat from El Mercurio, Chile. A question for Mr. Matt Damon first. How was the process in building this character? I mean, it's kind of MacGyver from space. About the sense of humor, because it has a lot of comedy, and about your potato diet. And, I mean, do you eat potato right now? And for Mr. Ridley Scott, I want your opinion about the genre, science fiction genre. I don't know if you enjoyed Gravity a few years ago by Alfonso Cuarón. Eso. Thank you and congratulations for the movie.
Thank you. Yeah, we did. We actually grew potatoes in the soundstage, the neighboring soundstage, because those are all obviously real potatoes in the movie at various stages of growth. So we actually had a little potato farm. Okay. And had fun with the whole potato, all the little potato scenes that we did. But all that humor really was in the book. I mean, all of that stuff, and Drew really mined the book for all the great lines, and you know, I mean, as many as we could get into the movie. And again, I mean, it was, as Ridley said at the outset, that we started with this document that was just really great, and so you know. When you get a really great script, you don't want to, you don't want to bronze the gold medal, you know. So the key is just kind of knowing when you need to work it a little bit, and knowing when to just shut up and say the lines. So.
Thank you. And Mr. Scott, what do you think about this? What do you think about the actual science fiction, and if you could give me some thoughts about Gravity by Alfonso Cuarón, for instance? Thank you.
I don't understand. Say that again.
Some thoughts about Gravity by Alfonso.
Oh,
about science fiction in general.
Science fiction. The big daddy of science fiction really was Stanley Kubrick, and I remember sitting down watching the newly released 2001 in London one afternoon. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You could smoke in those days, so I went in smoking in this big theater, and I watched 70mm version of 2001. There was no one in the room, which is shocking to me, because to me that was then the threshold of, if we're regarding what we do as theater, film is theater really, and it was the threshold of really, for me, the beginning of what now, okay, I now want to do a science fiction movie. So never forget Stanley, and Stanley was actually very much in cahoots and in competition with NASA. He was concerned that they were going to beat him to the moon before he could get out his bloody movie. And so he was using their designer called Macquarie. In fact, there's a beautiful mural of Macquarie's up in Houston, huge mural, beautifully painted. And Macquarie was designing their suits, the interiors of the ships, etc. He was styling them. And Stanley took all that styling. That then influenced George, definitely, in Star Wars, which is, I think, George Lucas's first Star. The one he directed was seminal. My Alien was definitely affected by Stanley and Star Wars. And then, so it's all going down the line of whoever opens that door, and reality is really great. Now, Cuarón's film is terrific, but that is really about the reality of NASA and what actually goes on. So just the exercise of doing all that in space is absolutely bloody magnificent. It's a real son of a bitch to shoot, and I had great admiration for it.
Mackenzie.